Iowa State did get a commitment last week in the form of a tight end, and uh, this is kind of we're in the dead period. From what I understand, is that the commitment of the tight end who I'm going to pull up his 247 page here, just in a second, and he from what I understand is that Iowa State's plan has always been to take um, two tight ends in this cycle. So Drake DeBaun is the recruit here. Let me pull him up here. There we go. Drake DeBaun is the tight end recruit that picked him up. Oh, mid upper 3-star. He's got an offer there from Wake Forest, Army. Like a massive offer list or anything like that, but he's got good size, 6'6", 240 out of Shawnee Mission. Um, you know, I don't know a ton about him. I haven't watched a ton of his film yet. I guess if you see that catch right there, good vertical player. Moves off the line. All right. Good. Nice block. It's a really nice block, actually. But from what I understand is that this commitment does not affect the potential commitment of Evan Jacobson, from what I understand. So as far as I know, Evan Jacobson, the 4-star product out of Waukee, is still in play. Obviously, we have not heard anything. Haven't heard anything from him in the last few weeks, as we're in the dead period right now. No crystal balls yet in for him or anything. I haven't heard anything new. So as far as I know, as far as anybody knows, Iowa State is still a presumptive, one of the presumptive favorites, along with, Texas A&M for sure. I'm not 100% sure about Notre Dame now that they've already taken two tight ends this class. Would they turn down a third tight end if he's a 4-star player? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe Notre Dame kind of has that luxury that they can do that. But they've already got 2 tight ends committed to the class. So I don't know if anybody knows for sure exactly how in play Notre Dame is. But Texas A&M for sure is in the race there with Iowa State as well. And from whatever they have heard, is that Stanford is still in there as well, but haven't really gotten anything new out of that. So we might not hear, we could hear from Evan Jacobson any time, but from what I understand is that it was closer to the beginning of the season type of thing. That's when we might hear more about him going forward. One thing I did see there was earlier in a couple of different places this week. We heard his name get dropped at Big 12 Media Days. Was incoming true freshman running back River Peppers, which anybody that's been a loyal watcher of this show since we started last December would know that I picked out River Peppers in the spring when we did our 2025 recruiting class summary episode. Kind of gushed about River Peppers for quite a while on that show because I think he's a really impressive player, and it was gratifying to hear Matt Campbell kind of drop his name at Big 12 Media Days as a surprise, interesting player to watch. And then I believe he got some airtime earlier this week on the Williams and Bloom show over on Cyclone Fanatic as well. So it's cool to see that pick is starting to take, see some fruit, see some return on that at least a little bit, and that I wasn't the only one that thought he looked like a pretty nice player. Like I said, I don't know what his playing time looks like this fall because Iowa State's got a pretty stacked running back room in Carson Hansen and Abu Sama, and then behind them Dylan Lee, and then Aiden Flora maybe figures in somewhere in there because he got some carries last year too. But River Peppers remains a name going forward to keep an eye on. But who knows exactly what his role will look like. Maybe he's a special teams guy. Maybe if they put maybe they put Xavier Townsend on punts or kicks and they put River Peppers on the other one. It's certainly possible.